Assalamu alaikum. So, a quick poetry break. And there's a project that I do called Quran in Motion. And Quran in Motion is we take verses of the Quran and then we do a poetic tafsir of it. And so I was worried because I always like to have a top tier A-level reciter. And so I wanted to ask if there's any imams in the house, any imams of Unity Center with a mesmerizing recitation. Anybody with a mesmerizing recitation here? Sheikh Muhammad al-Masmari, تفضل مشكورا, come on up. I was trying to set up Sheikh Muhammad al-Masmari, the legend. Sheikh Muhammad al-Masmari, of course, is well known here, and he is the Imam of Unity Center, Yemeni, a teacher of fashion as well, mashallah, tabarakallah. And we're going to be doing a very beautiful passage from Surah Al-Hadid. So if you want to look up on your phone, Surah Al-Hadid, verses 16 and 17, it's verses that have to do with the changing of the heart. And so, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. Looking good, mashallah. Welcome to Michigan. Here you go. So it is verse 16 and 17 of Surah Al-Hadid. Surah Al-Hadid. And so it's actually two verses, one talking about the heart and the next one talking about like the land. And I'll explain. But it gives a glimpse to how beautiful the actual Quran is. And so yeah, it's verses 16 and 17, inshallah, if you want to look it up on your phones. You ready? Yeah, so just start with the first ayah, and within the ayah, just stop wherever, عند المعاني, wherever you. But give me a little bit of spice on the recitation. A little bit of marag.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, wa rahmatullah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. ألم يأن للذين آمنوا أن تخشع قلوبهم لذكر الله وما نزل من الحق.
Has not the time come for those who have believed that their hearts be softened to the remembrance of Allah and what He has brought down from the truth? This verse came down, Abdullah ibn Mas'ud says, 4 years after the Muslims had accepted Islam. 4 years into Mecca, they're already being reminded, your hearts need to be humbled and softened. So it goes, a divine rebuke, cast in a shade of love. Hasn't the time come for those who have believed that their hearts be softened to the remembrance of the above? Hasn't the time come for them to stop the play? Haven't they had their fill of chasing dunya in every way? Haven't they seen that all the faces and places they confuse for oasis are mirages that fade, that none ever stay? Are they done chasing falsehood? Are they ready for the truth that'll bring them happiness in this life, in the next eternal youth? The seeker knows that in the remembrance of God is a lifeline to the heart, and a tongue moist with His devotion speaks light into the dark.
ولا يكونوا كالذين أوتوا الكتاب من قبل فطال عليهم الأمد فقست قلوبهم وكثير منهم فاسقون.
And that they not be like those who were given the book from before, and so a long term past their hearts became hard, and many of them were transgressors. And that they not be like those who were given the book from before, and so a long term passed. They started their journey with worship and devotion, but their energy ran out of gas. And so many of them disbelieved, and many of them transgressed, and many of them turned away after what they had been blessed. So they altered their religion, they changed the meaning of the text, they made lawful what was forbidden, and they said that they progressed. And so if you were to see what they'd become, you see sin and vice galore. Wolves dressed in righteous garbs, hearts hardened and impure.
اعلموا أن الله يحيي الأرض بعد موتها قد بينا لكم الآيات لعلكم تعقلون.
And so one verse starts talking about hearts, and the other one says, know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings life to the earth after it has died. What's the relationship between the earth and the verse before it? You see, when winter extends for too long, hearts call out to spring, tired of the snow and the ice, the cold and frost and everything. But there are hearts that are like winter, and they've been winter for too long, hearts barren and cold, waiting for spring to come along. But Allah brings life to the earth after its demise, and so we see barren places come to life before our eyes, and the flowers bloom again, and the birds return to sing, and Allah brings life to any heart, turns its winter into spring. We have made clear for you the signs. Perhaps you'll understand. Allahu Akbar. Jazakallah khair to Sheikh Muhammad al-Masmari, and Jazakallah khair my twin Buna Muhammad, for no particular reason, but I just felt obligated to say that. Jazakallah khair, everybody. Assalamu alaikum.
Va, va, va. Va, va, va. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. That was nice, man. MashaAllah. You guys enjoy that? His was better. Oh, astaghfirullah. Why would you hurt my feelings? I'm just kidding. No, it was a very good job. Alhamdulillah.